What are amongst the most common mistakes people make when they're trying to make decisions about their divorce? My name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates, and our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. Today, we're going to tackle this question, and that's what we do. We answer questions that are impactful to our viewers, and please subscribe to our channel. One of the most common mistakes that people make is letting their emotions control their decisions. You know, in a divorce, there's a lot of decisions that have to be made. Custody, parenting time, support, decisions about your children, decisions about your property. And if you're refusing to negotiate because you're angry, or you're so depressed that you say, okay, just take it. I don't care. I don't want anything. If you make decisions based on your emotions, whether they're highs or lows, those decisions are probably going to be mistakes. Okay, those are pitfalls. That's why you have to have a lawyer guide you, because the lawyer, at least theoretically, is not going to have emotions about this. So that's why you need to follow the directions of your attorney, because you're in a highly emotionally charged state. Another mistake that people make that's common is they think if they hide assets or income, that's going to be a good thing. I will tell you it's not. You have a duty of disclosure. You have a duty to be honest about what your assets are, what your liabilities are, what your income is. And you can lie about it if you want, but eventually they're going to find out. They're going to subpoena other people, and they're going to say, well, you told us in your disclosure that your house is only worth this and that's all the property you have. And meanwhile, we have determined that there's 3 other houses and this one's worth 4 times the amount. It's just going to make you look like a liar. You're not going to have any credibility before the judge, and the judge is a person that you need in your corner. So that's a horrible mistake. You shouldn't do it. It's also a mistake to not understand what marital property is. You see, marital property is likely going to be divided, perhaps 50-50, perhaps not, but in some manner it's going to be divided. And if you think that marital property is only, for example, something that we both earned, but if I earned it during the marriage and you didn't, that's not marital, you're making a mistake. So it's important for you to get an understanding of what's marital and what's not, and you should consult your lawyer so he or she can explain to you about that. Another key mistake that I think is common is trying to use the kids to get back at your ex. You're angry at your ex, so you're going to withhold the kids from him. She insulted you or made you feel terrible, so you are, not going to let her have her parenting time. Huge mistake. And when the court finds out about it, you're likely to be sanctioned. You're likely to be reprimanded. It's going to backfire. Never use the children to get back at your ex. You want to get back at your ex, find another way to do it that's legal, that's appropriate. What do they say? The best revenge is living better. Maybe that's an option for you. But using your kids, that's just a way of losing control, of losing custody of your kids if the court thinks that you regard them as nothing more than a pawn to use to get back at your ex. It's not a good thing. That's a common mistake that people make. You really need to avoid that. If you have any questions about that, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.
248-588-3333. 248